Hello my little bricklings, JSBricks here with a very special review, at least for me. This is a review of set number 21306, the LEGO Ideas Beatles Submarine. This set is the 15th ever LEGO Ideas, set. I mean, it's not the 15th now in 2020, but it was when it came out. And it's special to me because I'm a Beatles fan. So this set really means something to me. I have a special place for it in my heart and on my shelves. And yeah. It comes with 553 pieces, costs 60 USD, so that's about 60 quid, and comes with 4 minifigures, those being John, Paul, George, and Ringo. And yeah, I'm very surprised with how well LEGO managed to translate that trippy, psychedelic, 2D cartoony feel of the 1969 movie into a 3D physical object. I really didn't think it would work, but yeah, they captured it with bright colours, and I guess I would say very childish and basic design, but that's not a bad thing here. And I'll explain why when we get to the minifigs. And here they are, the Beatles themselves. Of course, from left to right, it's John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. Tragically, only 2 of them are alive, so yeah, rip John, rip George. But yeah, I think LEGO did an amazing job capturing these two. For starters, this print here is just amazing. It's got the right font and everything. And yeah, I felt I should display them all together like this on this stand before I review them individually. Because like I said, that print, amazing. This stand, pretty well built. And they just look amazing together. Especially again with that very simple design for them. And I just think it really works. They look accurate to what you see in the movie. And yeah, let's get this review on the tracks. Starting with John Lennon. And here he is, John Lennon. And by God, this is just... Okay, looking at it as a figure, it's amazing. Looking at it as John Lennon, it's, well, not perfect, because it's not really John Lennon, it's the cartoon version of him, but you get my point, it's perfect. And the thing is, I wanted to start by talking about that torso design, because earlier I hinted that this was very simple and a downgrade for LEGO, and this is what I meant. Comparing it to Jim Gordon, you can see how, like, advanced LEGO's got with the prints and all that, but then you compare it to this, and that's not a bad thing by any means here. In fact, here I would say that simple print is just preferred to anything else they would have done. Because it looks right for what they're trying to display. Of course, you've got, the pink trousers with the purple leg, with the yellow and red stripes. And that is just an amazing use of swapping a leg colour out. And I like the side printing for the legs. Back printing's not all that much. Yeah, a bit more of the collar, the belt, more of the collar here. And again, it just looks amazing. Now, unfortunately, this bit here in real life, the V-neck bit, where you can see his flesh, is a bit poorly printed in real life. But, we can't have everything. And of course, he comes with a telescope, and then of course that amazing face print. They've got the glasses, the mustache, the sideburns. It looks like John Lennon. Alright? It just looks like him. And of course, it does have an alternate face. But I don't like this alternate face. For some reason, in my head at least, the mustache just looks like a really badly drawn mouth. And I can't get it. It's just stupid. It's just really stupid looking. So yeah, I think it's best for the memory, John, that we present his good side. And move on to the next member of the Beatles, at least in order of the display board, Paul McCartney. And here is Paul McCartney. And again, LEGO's just... I think this one's even more simple than John's. With the big, over-the-top, colourful tie, the blue t-shirt. And of course, yeah, the blue continues there. But I think that's perfect for what they're trying to display. He comes with this love, sign. And again, that's a pretty amazing piece, which I'm definitely going to use in some up-and-coming mocks. I think this figure's the only one that has the one negative comment I'm going to make, is I do not like the leg to hip printing. It just isn't that good on this figure. It's not normally good on any figures. Again, Jimbo, you can see I have the same problem with his leg printing. But, you know, I'll look past it because it's Paul McCartney. Of course I'm going to look past it. He has light tan here and dark tan here, which is, again, amazing for Lego to do. And he just looks spectacular. Especially with, like, you know, the lighter coloured arms. Not too sure if that's accurate. I can't quite remember. But, yeah. And, of course, that head. He's got a bit more wonky sideburns. And he's actually got a pretty interesting hairpiece. Because I don't think I've ever seen that hairpiece used outside of Lego City. So, yeah. And, well, I mean, in recent years, I haven't seen this hairpiece used outside of Lego City. Oh, yeah, Luke Skywalker. But, yeah, this is, again, it's a pretty amazing headpiece. And you can tell straight away who it is. It's Paul McCartney. Unfortunately, though, his alternate face is horrific. I don't like the mouth. The mouth is way too realistic for Lego, and it doesn't look right. So once again, let's return to his beauty face. And that's Paul McCartney. And next up is none other than George Harrison. And here he is, George Harrison. For starters, I reckon this figure has the two best reuses of pieces. But I'll get to those in a minute. He has plain black legs. It's accurate, but, you know, a bit boring. But still accurate. And he's got the green at the back of his, you know, t-shirt here to represent the green on the front here. Decent torso print. Again, it's one of those that you could use for a mock if you wanted to. First unique piece is this. It's a submarine part, but it's actually just the Nexo-Knight, you know, robot body. Pretty cool. Not the only reuse from Nexo-Knights we'll see here, as we'll get to later. But yeah, first of all, sorry, you can just tell who it's meant to be. It's George Harrison. Full stop. Unfortunately, George Harrison is one of those Beatles that not many people actually remember. So that's a bit disappointing. But hey, Lego didn't forget him, and he looks fabulous here. Also, that's all I can say. Secondly, it's Sabine Wren's hairpiece from Star Wars Rebels, but in all black. It's a pretty unique reuse. And of course, flipping his head round is an alternate facial expression. Kind of looks like John Wick or Keanu Reeves. So, I don't really like it that much. Or just keep him as he should be. Happy. And last but not least, 'tis Ringo Starr. And here he is, Ringo Starr. He has dark grey legs, which come across as a bit of a broken grey on camera. Same leg printing as John, actually. But again, with this really childish and simply drawn torso, he just looks spectacular. The bent lines, the bright tie, everything just comes together amazingly. And the thing is, these figures are actually as bright as they are on camera as they are in real life, unlike a lot of the figures that I review. And I'm not really sure what this tile piece is meant to represent, so, yeah, forgive me. I think it's meant to be a record, but then Lego might have printed it. So, yeah. And again, just looking at that headpiece, you can tell who it's meant to be. It's Ringo Starr. And he looks spectacular. Especially, you know, using that bowl cut hairpiece. It's definitely good. And that's what I like. He's, you know, again, this is another pretty amazingly unique figure. You're not going to get figures that look like this anywhere else. And yeah, popping off his helmet, not his helmet, his hair. You can see he's got the straightest sideburns out of the lot. And yeah, he does have an alternate face. I don't think this one's as bad. It still looks like Ringo Starr, there's nothing off about it. But I do think I'll just prefer this face. And yeah, I said he was the last minifigure. But this set has a little surprise, which we're going to get to right now. That's right, this set actually includes Jeremy the Noah Man! Yay! It's actually really creepy in real life, but it's accurate. He's got a pretty unique reuse of the Nexo-Knights, like the Goblin figures. Pretty unique reuse of those, you know, figures, bodies to make Jeremy here, and it looks great. He's got his apple, his little apple, and yeah, he's got some articulation in the arms, but that's about it, because that's all these figures have. They've got this piece back here for like the little pom-pom or tail he has. I'm still not sure what the hell that's meant to be. And yeah, that face print right there is horrifying. It is terrifying, but I love it because it looks accurate, okay? It's terrifying, but it's accurate, so I have no idea what else I can say about it. But yeah, the only issue I have, of course, is here. Well, of course, you know, the horns going on the normal figures. It's kind of bad because you can see right through his head. But hey, as long as you look at it from the front, you should be fine. Except the fact his soul's probably burning now. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing figure. We'll give him a bit extra camera time. Just look at that face. That is... yeah, pretty horrifying, but again, I like it. We all like it. And yeah, let's get on to the actual submarine. Bye-bye, Noah, man. And here it is, the yellow submarine. And yeah, it looks amazing. It's spectacular, and it's accurate. I guess I'll start with the fact with scaling. We've got to do some appropriate scaling here, so no Jimbo today. There's George in front of the submarine. And yeah, it's pretty impressive how Lego managed to, you know, get this as it is. And yeah, it's just really accurate. I guess we'll start with the coloration, okay? It's got these dark yellow bits here, and then these sprays of light yellow with the red and the white just meshing up here, and then the pipes. And again, it's just, it looks like the submarine. It's accurate. I mean, it's mostly accurate. There's no way they could perfectly capture the submarine in real life because it's a 2D 1969 cartoon, but it looks good. For starters, it's actually, you can take it off the stand. It's relatively big. I'm a bit nervous the top will break, but the rest of it not so much. And it's actually pretty hefty. And yeah, it's got these smooth tiles with a smooth translucent red tiles to give that sort of reflection vibe for windows. A 2x2 orange tile here on both sides, which is again accurate. A really nice reuse of this dome piece here, just to give it that nice pointed edge. And yeah, idea sets are generally like this with their unique builds. So it starts here. This is a a specialized 2x2 with the like slit here to allow for sliding doors. And that's such a unique reuse of a piece. And yeah, I really like this set. Now there are of course bits where the set's flimsy, like here. You wiggle this around too much, it's gonna come off. But you know, it's not really a toy, it's more for display. And yeah, I mean, there are angles it doesn't look good. Like, it looks amazing from this angle here. Gotta move my foot out the way. From the front, not so much. From the back, it's almost perfect, but of course you can see the studs on this side because it was designed in a certain way, which is a bit sad, but you know, what else can you do? It's got the propellers here in red, which is really nice. Unfortunately, you can see some blue there, but again, you're never going to look at it from that side. Bringing it back around this side, it's got, you can move this, so a bit of articulation there. And yeah, I guess we'll move on to the centerpiece, which is the main white area. And again, yeah, you can just see, like, they really, from a distance, they really nailed this. Up close, you can see that it's a bit, whoa. But yeah, the red streak onto the right, it looks amazing. Print there. So cartoony, so childish, but looks perfect. Of course, they weren't able to access, the same level of wonkiness that it has. In the cartoon, it's a lot more smooth, a lot more rounded. But you're never going to capture that perfectly with Lego. And yeah, nice use of the sausage pieces actually up here for the ring around the 4 little binocular pieces. And yeah, there's actually 2 bits of interior. Before we get to those, try out this stand. It's a lot of pieces used to make the stand, but it's a very good stand. And when you plug it on, it makes it look like the submarine is sailing. Anyway, there are 2 bits of interior. We'll get to the first bit. It's here. Now this bit of interior is, of course, to store the figure accessories. You can actually store all 4 of them in here. It's not that deep. Only hollow. But yeah, you can, oh, sorry. You can actually fit all 4 pieces in here. Binoculars, submarine piece, love tile, and Ringo's little magic tile. Voila! All fit in there pretty nicely. Sometimes you will get these bit lumps like that where you've got to move some things around because it's sticking up a bit. But yeah, it's a pretty nice way to get, you know, hidden accessories if you don't want the accessories to be shown. And that's because there's another bit of interior. Now, the next bit of interior you're never really going to use, but it's nice to appreciate LEGO putting the detail. And that is, of course, the inside of the sub. So, this entire white bit pops off like that. Pretty nice build, actually. And yeah, let's get to that interior. And here it is, the interior. And I just want to say, you're never going to see this. Okay, this is a display piece. You're never going to open it up and play around with the interior. But the details they got inside of here are spectacular. For starters, it's very difficult when you're on a tripod. So, yeah, as I said, it's very difficult to do with a tripod. But if you can get in here, they've got this amazing sticker for like the front controls. An amazing sticker there for the, you know, panels. More amazing, just really trippy, cartoony vibe. 1989. Oh, that's when the movie came out. Sorry, I was a bit of a year off. But yeah, it's this really trippy design they've got going in here, where it's like a proper trip. Like, it's cartoony, it's stupid, it's silly, it's wacky, it's the Beatles. And of course you can fit all 4 Beatles in. So yep, here they are, all in there. They look pretty nice in there. And we take the lid, it goes back on, and they're gone. Now, personally, I will never do this properly because you're not meant to keep them in there. It's more for a display set. So, let's get to the final verdict, review, opinion, yada, 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 yada. It's nice to have this off the tripod. And of course, that is the review. I guess we should start by just, you know, clarifying that yes, there was a bit of jumpiness. Sorry about that. And yeah. It's an amazing set. Now, of course, we have to rank it. Figures. I'm going to give the figures a 10 out of 10. Accuracy. I'm just going to give it a 10 out of 10 for accuracy. They are probably the closest we're ever going to get to anything like this ever again. So they're getting a dead smack 10 out of 10 for accuracy. Playability. I'm not even going to count as an, you know, thing because you can't, it's not a play toy, it's a display toy. So I'm not even going to bother with that. So the third thing I'm going to rank it on, because I still want my out of 30, is I'm going to rank it out of design. Again, I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. It's so well designed. And the colours and everything, it's just amazing. This is the first video, hopefully not the last, to get a full-on 30 out of 30 from me. Other than that, I'll see you all next week. Have a good day. Ciao. Adios. Goodbye. And remember, enjoy the Beatles because they are an amazing band. Just enjoy them.